I might stream this to my Twitch.
Oh wait, did I need to turn on? I think I need to turn on a setting for you to do that. Wait, we're live. We're live. What's up? What's up? You know what we need? We need an intro with like a countdown and like a rocket about to take off, like 10, 9, like moon or dust.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm just gonna do. Yeah, we do. We definitely need an intro because we always in this position we got to share the stuff. What's good, everybody? Welcome to Moon or Dust episode 2. We have a ton to talk about of what happened this week. Let me go. Oops, and it's loud. What's good, Ash? How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I gotta do some things real quick.
It's gonna happen every time. Did I stream it to Twitter? Let me go check if I'm on Twitter. Yeah, I did. Twitter. Boom. Look at that. You got the tweet that's live, and I shared it. What's good, everybody? Welcome to the second. I'm redoing the intro. Welcome to the second episode of Moon or Dust. Yeah, we have a ton to talk about today. There was a bunch of Ordinals mints. We have Pudgies going through the moon, the crypto market taking a dump. We got some mints coming up. We have Storm Warfare today, which is a Seedify incubated project. It's happening in 30 minutes. I'm going to have to mint it live. I have to send ETH to my wallet, actually. So I'm going to have to mint this one live. Don't let me forget. In 30 minutes, everybody spam the comments that I have to go mint my Storm. I don't know if it's guaranteed or yeah, I think I have the guaranteed one from the Content Creators Tournament. So that should be fine. Yeah, do you have whitelist, Ash?
He goes, I might have guaranteed.
Do you have whitelist, sir?
No, I don't. I gave my spots to my community because it was low supply and we didn't get a ton, kind of like every community. And this is one that I just felt like I should just hand it over to the community. So enjoy minting, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Well, mine's from the creator tournament. So did you do the blood loop one?
What?
Like collab? Did you get whitelist for blood loop?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Which, by the way, as mentioned, Gorilla and I will be streaming in the Seed Hub Discord tomorrow. The first blood loop stream official for anybody to see. So you should definitely check that out. It'll be fun.
It'll be a good time. Hopefully we're playing on opposite teams and then I could wreck you. You know what I just realized? I realized I'm facing this way. So I need to like flip my camera somehow. So I'm looking at you. All right, looks. Hey, what's good? We got people in the audience. What's up, Kenny Woo? We got Dav. How's it going, boys? Give whitelist for blood loop for Parker. What's good, everybody? All right, let's get the show started here. Let me pull some stuff up on screen. I'm just going to put my laptop to the side. Yo, Pudgies, dude. Pudgies have been absolutely crushing. How you feel about your 1 ETH flip that you posted about like a month ago instead of holding on to that thing?
Yeah, don't feel good about that anymore at all. So for context, there was about a month ago, Flooring Labs. I'm sure a lot of you guys know about that protocol. It's the FLC protocol, and they had some sort of exploit or whatever FUD, and a lot of Pudgies got dumped. And the floor at the time was like 9.5, and then they dumped to like 8.7 or so. And I had a bid out on Blur, and I happened to catch one, and I flipped it from 8.8 to 9.7 within an hour. And then now they're at 18 or whatever it is. So it was a nice quick flip, but
yeah, you still made like $2,000, right?
It was a $2,000 flip in 1 hour, but at the same time, I absolutely cooked myself by not holding that because I did. In retrospect, I did have a good entry. So yeah, just a casual $20,000 fumble.
Yeah, dude, they're doing incredibly well. I did not expect it to happen this fast. I did expect them to pump. I just didn't expect it to happen this fast. Like, it's been crazy over the last 7 days, dude. They've just gone from 10 ETH to they almost hit 20, and now they're at around 18, which is it's a healthy correction. You needed to correct, but man, do you feel they're overpriced right now, or still got room to grow?
Yeah, I don't. This is how I view it. Is like I kind of don't think that it is overpriced, even though it's on this rip, because I feel like it is the quintessential NFT. I feel like it is everything that NFTs should be. And so my thing is that when I look at it compared to, I mean, I guess we're gonna do this, but like when you compare it to something like Bored Apes, I just feel as if with what Pudgy has done and what they are doing compared to what Bored Apes are doing, I don't see why Pudgy's should be less. I don't think that Pudgy should be less than Bored Apes. That's how I would say it.
Yeah, I guess they're the leader of this cycle. I mean, there was always that narrative like if Bored Apes go to zero, like NFTs are failing. Obviously, that's not the case anymore. But I still do partially believe that like Bored Apes is about culture of NFTs. So I guess this is the new kid on the block. Do you think a lot of this stuff is speculation around the token, or do you really just think it's narrative and like people f with pudgies?
I so last night I was on a space and I don't remember who it was that said it because I whatever, but he's on the Pudgy team and he completely debunked that there's going to be a token. Like he was just like it's just not happening. So I wish I remembered his name because I don't, because there were a lot of people that were talking in that last night, but this conversation was being had on Leap Space and I was listening to it and the same question was posed and the guy was just like, no, let me just shut this down. There's not going to be a token and everything that you're seeing is just a accumulation of hard work and community building and diamond handed holders and that kind of thing. So
I don't think they need it. I hope there is no token. Like I don't want a token.
yeah, I agree. I mean, there's so the token aspect really comes into play when VCs are involved because that's like their exit. And what they were saying is that they don't want they don't want to essentially put the burden of a token on the community and all of the repercussions that come with a token. They didn't want to do that. And so that's the difference between them and a lot of these other VC backed NFTs because everybody loves having these buzzwords that make them feel good, like VC backed and whatever. But just because a project is VC backed doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing for you because if there's a VC that's involved, they are going to want to get their investment back in one way or another. So that's going to come at the mercy of, I mean, just look at the Bored Ape token, right? Like, this is the question. Do you think that ApeCoin hurt or helped Bored Apes?
The holders helped, but like long term, if you held, but in that moment, obviously, it was a nice payday. Kewu says here, I want a token, give monies, but it hurts the project. Like overall, it's like the last liquidity event. Like Azuki is planning to do a token, but that does worry me for Azuki. You know, it's kind of like they had a few mints, they had a few projects. It's like, what do you do to keep making money? You either drop another NFT or you launch a token, or you figure out how to monetize, like how to make money. And I know they have. This is the only Pudgy I own, unfortunately. I got the Pudgy in the back here.
I got one over here too. I got the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, yeah, it's not the healthiest thing. I mean, Pudgy's does have a game. They have their Pudgy World, so they can find utilities for it. But is it really going to matter? Like, is anybody going to be buying that token? No, it's probably going to launch, do well for a week or for a month or whatever, and then just slowly trickle to zero. Like, are you buying ApeCoin? Are you bullish on ApeCoin?
No.
Is it in your gaming bag?
No, it's not. And that's not a good thing because a year ago that was not the case. Like a year ago, I was like, oh yeah, ApeCoin, like, you know, it'll be fine. But as the sentiment just kept getting worse and worse, the biggest issue with these crypto tokens is sinks. Like we know that. Like there are not a lot of really good crypto sinks out there for tokens. And Yuga, well, not Yuga, but the company that dealt with ApeCoin, like they just tossed out the token, and the one sync that they had in mind was for the land, and then it's like that you don't have anything else. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an expert and I know like all the best ways to do it, but it's more so about Yuga is supposed to be smarter than me. They're supposed to be smarter than like the entire ecosystem because they're the best, and yet like they don't even have a good sync for theirs either. I don't know. To me, it it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I feel you, dude. Here, but your cat is bullish on Pudgy, dude. She always knocks down. I have the little figurine too. It's on the floor right now. She always stretches and knocks it down, and it's starting to get like scratches. So there's Pudgies have pumped to 20. Low Pudgies went to 2. Like, no, there used to always be the thing that Bored Apes and then Mutants, or like the secondary collection, was always roughly what, like 20-25%. And do you feel like now they're only 10%? Do you feel that Lil Pudgies are undervalued at this price?
Well, not every secondary collection is as big as Little Pudgies, right? So,
oh my goodness, I didn't even notice. Yeah, the supply is 21,000. Okay, that's a huge
yeah.
supply,
So,
dude.
so there's a
That's a
lot more.
Clonex supply.
Yeah. So there's a lot more.
So it makes,
So
yeah, now it makes a lot more sense that it's only
yeah,
10%. Yeah.
yeah, it definitely makes more sense. But in reality, I do still think that Little Pudgies are probably undervalued in comparison. But there's just like a large supply. Like when, and I don't remember this, but when Azuki was at like 17 or 18 ETH before the elementals drop, what were beans at? Do you remember? Because I don't.
I don't. We could check, but no, I don't. I'd have to go on OpenSea for that.
Because there's also 20,000 beans, and I don't remember if were they at 2 or 3. It might have been the same thing. But that I'd be interested to see. Yeah, what does it say?
That was what? That was June. That was summer. That was Vegas.
Yeah.
That's 2022. 1.4. Yeah, 1.4. Now I remember, around 1.4. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think yeah, you're right. So,
but there was a lot of speculation, same thing around a token. So that's why the Azukis are pumping. I guess people were thinking it's going to be a bean token and beans were going to get a token as well. So it would have made sense for them to pump. But yeah, the primary collection in these kind of situations is always going to get them more. What about these rods? Like, I don't know that much about the Pudgy NFTs. Like, there's these rods. I don't know why one sold 5 hours ago for almost 18 ETH when the floor is 0.8. I guess this is a special one. It's like a super rare or something. There's only 7 mythicals.
Well, that
I
was
don't
a
know what these
101.
do. What do these do? It's like a multiplier or something.
Yeah, I believe it's a multiplier for something, but I don't know exactly what.
If there's no token, what's the multiplier for?
I don't know. Might be something like in the game. I don't really know, but and this is something that I tweeted about. It's actually pretty crazy if you think about it, how the Pudgy rods are at a 0.8 floor, and then if you go look at, for example, Moonbirds, Moonbirds is at 1.08 and Clonex is at 1.13. So you're telling me that Clonex and Moonbirds are only 0.3 ETH higher in floor price than these rods. And that is crazy to think about.
Yeah, I mean, we'll look at Clonex a little later. There's an announcement coming, and there was that Zaptio tweet that I want to talk about. But I mean, Moonbirds, forget it there. Moonbirds, I think we're both haters on Moonbirds. Like, what's the point of buying it? The founder's busy doing ketamine. But Clonex, I feel they still are a legit project, even though a lot of people are upset, and we'll get into that in a bit. But yeah, no, I agree. It's crazy that the rods, the third collection, are almost the same price. But it just shows you, I guess, the power of community.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what they do. I wish I did. Maybe somebody in the chat can let us know. But yeah, I just overall, I think that this Pudgy Penguin run was bound to happen. And I think now we're just seeing it. Like it just got kicked off. And now there's this narrative of oh, Pudgy Penguins is gonna flip Bored Apes. I do think that happens. I really do think that happens.
Now, well, yeah, now it's looking like it might. I thought when I was talking about this, I thought by the time Pudgies would get to 20, Bored Apes would be, at least above 30, like getting closer to 35. And right, it's just not happening. Like, apes are still at 20. They're lagging so far behind. They're at 25. Yeah, they're just getting wrecked. But are people dumping their apes to go buy Pudgies? I haven't seen much of that. If anything, I've seen like a small rally with apes. They were at 21. and now they're back to 20. They hit 25, 26. Now they're back to 24. I am seeing a small rally. I know on Twitter they're doing this whole. I always hate pulling up my Twitter. Okay, it's fine. They're doing this whole. That now they have the gaming council for apes. Let me give you a little retweet there, buddy. Yeah, they have the whole gaming council. Like obviously apes and the game, like nobody, I don't think they care. The apes care that much. Obviously they want the game to do well. I don't think they care that much about it. But I did see the other day, they had the spaces. There was all that FUD that was happening, or not FUD. There was that battle going on between Illa and Jonah. That was quite entertaining. But yeah, I mean, I've seen them pushing it. So I don't know. Hopefully they rally and they don't fall behind. Like I love Luca's dope. I love Pudgies, but I do want to see apes succeed. And I don't hold either. Like I don't have a horse in this race, but I don't want to see apes, die. I want to see them thrive. I want to see apes back to at least 60. I don't hold one, so I don't care. But I always go shopping apes. I always filter background orange so it matches my little brand, and then I look for which one would I buy, and I look for a nice one. And unfortunately, there's a lot of like random traits that I don't like, or like this one's cool, but it's 35 ETH when the floor is 25. I'd rather just buy a floor one because I know I'm eventually going to flip it. But
you can get any ape you want essentially for whatever price you want. Like even if one is listed, if you go and find out whoever it is, they'll sell it to you if they have it listed. If they're trying to move it, they'll sell it.
I guess, but obviously, if I want rare traits, I don't know if that's going to happen.
No, it will.
Anyways,
dude, all I will say is that traits right now just don't matter.
Yeah, nobody cares. Except for like actual rare ones. Like nobody's going to sell you a golden ape for the floor.
Right. But the only traits that actually matter are like gold and trippy. And there's like maybe a couple others, but for the most part, like that gap definitely got smaller. Anyway, we can continue.
Jay saying there's more speculation to happen on penguins than apes, so it's going to have a higher floor price. I don't know about after the guy debunking the token from the team, but yeah, we'll see. Dude, Ordinals, a lot of action in the Ordinals market. Like we had a ton of mints. Not all of them did well. We're going to look at a few. One that did do well was these Bitcoin pizza ninjas. I was lucky enough to get whitelist. I thought I was like number 2,000 on the list. I guess they got rid of a bunch of bots, and I was lucky to get one. I haven't like flipped it yet or anything. I'm still holding on to it, which in hindsight, I should have sold it when it was at 0.12 last night. Yeah, but I mean, I figured these would do well, right? They've been building for a long time. They have a good reputation. We did a spaces with Trevor. There's Chris who was commenting on all our tweets yesterday. This is what he meant, dude. If you go on, I guess the Xverse app or whatever, the Ordinal viewer, and you click, like you can animate your dude. It's going to take a little second to pop up, but he animates. You could do things like they coded things into these. They uploaded like SNES games into these. So he's moving. It's nothing crazy, but it's animated. Let me just refresh the page. Like they coded SNES games. Like here, play SNES. Let me just pick, I don't know, one at random. Start. And yeah, there's little game. So I don't know how bullish this is. Oh my God, it's so loud. Mute. Yeah, I don't know how bullish this is, right? If anybody cares, but like it's cool. Like this is coded into the Ordinals, and this is one of the things like Ordinals people love, right?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Like I see what they were doing. Look, the thing about the pizza ninjas is that it's a project that was launched by a founder who actually cares, and that's like what you really have to look at, is not only has he been building ninja alerts for a very long time, but he's also on spaces all the time. Like he has 200 to 300 to 400 listeners in his spaces. He obviously cares about Bitcoin a lot. And so I will say that there is a lot of similarity between OMB and this, simply just based off of the leadership and how long the people have been involved and what they do for the community and like all that kind of stuff. So
I guess the way I look at OMB is, it's still like, how do I word it? Like it's still, I mean, I don't know who ZK Shark is. A non-founders, it's OMB. I feel is still, even though the price is expensive and like I've heard some, VC connections and all this stuff. I still feel it's kind of underground. It's very artsy. It's like I think of him as like an artist, but also has dope connections, especially when you look at the art. Like it's very different versus Ninjas. He's out there. He's invested in a ton of startups. Like that feels very more VC. He's building a real product. Like his face is out there. I feel like OMB is still like this underground kind of thing, even though it's a very known collection. It's more mainstream
I agree.
versus the Pizza Ninjas. Yeah, I don't know. I feel there's still two very different collections. They do both have a cult following though, so that's why I think the Ninjas could go, can go up from here. And I haven't sold mine. I'm still holding mine. I actually have OMB eyes on mine, which is cool. Dude, I would love to flip mine and trade it up for an OMB like that. That'd be dope.
No, I agree with what you're saying there for sure. I know that it's just a different vibe, right? Like OMB has that vibe. These have a certain vibe, but I could see these being like a top 3 PFP on Bitcoin. I guess that's like what I'm saying.
The Ninjas. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, why would they not be? Like realistically, if you look at them, like
I mean, are you counting things like Taproot Wizards and the shrooms in that?
Well, no, because they haven't come out yet. I mean, when those hit the market, then we can have a different discussion. But like, I feel like OMB, I feel like the Ninjas and Node Monkeys, I feel like those are like the PFPs. And then from there, it's like on the lower tier, you have Bitcoin, Frogs, the Puppets, if they can keep going. So I guess that's like kind of how I view that personally. But
okay, anyway. So you look at Puppets as like a real collection that's going to last. I don't know too much about it. Like I saw that it was hype. I tried to mint it and I couldn't mint it. But I heard like the founder does have like a reputation.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. It's more about like it's taking the narrative of like the miladies on Bitcoin because they're just so out there and just so they haven't died yet, right? Like the floor is 0.023 Bitcoin. And the way that I view the Puppets is that it's a really good entry for someone who wants to get a PFP on Bitcoin without it being like $5,000. Like these are still not cheap, but it is the most affordable of the bigger PFPs on Bitcoin.
Yeah, these are funny, dude. I don't know. There's something about them.
Are you
still holding your Node Monkeys?
No, I flipped those.
It's kind of stabled out at 0.18.
Yeah. I flipped out of
sideways.
I'm sure they'll do fine. I'm sure as if the thing is when more money starts to pour into Ordinals, I think that they'll definitely go up again. But right now I think that they're kind of just whatever. Like money's going into other places and they did have a pretty crazy run. Anyway.
How many shadow hats you sweeping?
None. None. I feel really bad for the people that bought those. So the shadow hats, these things that Gorilla has on his screen, these minted at 0.2 Bitcoin. And
it was an auction. Like people chose. I didn't think people would full send at 0.2. Like that made absolutely no sense. It was hyped. This collection was hyped. It made no sense to me that people were full send. That's $9,000 at the time. Now Bitcoin has crashed. It was $9,000 and people were full sending to get these.
They look
I don't know what they expected.
They look cool, but the issue that I have with it is, and we talked about this on the phone, is that I wish that they would have put them at least on like rare sats or whatever, because I believe that they're on vintage sats, which kind of doesn't really do anything for me, and the inscription numbers are super high. So I don't know. That's just not. I don't know what was going on there, but Forgotten Runes, they obviously have built a strong brand, but I just think that however it happened, there was too much FOMO on that auction. It should not have gone that high. Clearly, now in retrospect, we can see that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check if they have vintage sats on Saturn. If it uploads, I probably need to refresh here. I just want to see how much the vintage sats cost. Like, was it an expensive thing? I know, like when Lil Peepo's minted, they put it on rare sats, and that's one of the reasons it was so expensive. Yeah, I don't need to top up.
They're super cheap. The vintage sats are like nothing. Like they're so cheap. Super cheap.
I think their site is tripping. Anyways, yeah, dude, it's a shame. The auction made no sense to me. I also don't. I feel like they were advertising for a while that it was 1K or it was sub 1K. Like they kept saying that sub 1K, but then I don't want to like accuse them, but I feel like they switched it on their Twitter because everybody would always ask me that. Oh, are they? Wasn't there a dedicated Twitter for this?
Yeah, it's shadow hats.
Yeah, here 666 shadow hats and 10 shadow hats sub 1K. I feel like it wasn't like this for a
It
very long
wasn't.
time. Yeah,
It
and then they
wasn't.
switched it after because everybody was complaining, and now they switched it. But they kind of advertise it as sub 1K. Even when I was making my video about them, which is only like a week and a half ago, I feel like I didn't see this, and I just saw sub 1K, and I had to actually do some research to see. Oh, is it all sub 1K? Oh yeah, no, only 10 of them. So they kind of like did a little switch around there.
The ones that are under 1K are sick. I will
Yeah,
say
they're
that.
they're going to be worth a lot. Like they're going to be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's the secondary collection that has essentially like it's just part of the like it's just so different because these aren't sub 1K. The other ones are sick. I'll just say that. But what else? You want to talk about Undeads?
Yeah, sure. I think there was a couple more Bitcoin mints I wanted to get to, but
Yeah, like Ink.
yeah, Inked and then Bitcoin Cats. But just a little bit on more on this. Like the thing is, a lot of people like to act like, oh, it's different. It's about the art. It's on Bitcoin. Like people are here. The founders are here for different reasons. Like these guys are sitting on 6 mil. Do you think they care that the floor is down 60%? No, dude, they're chilling with $6 million.
Yeah. I mean, they made a lot of money. And the thing is that these were also marketed as like no roadmap, no nothing, no expectations or
Yeah, like
anything.
they didn't do anything wrong. Like they offered people a product and people minted it. Like, yo, good for them. They made 6 mil. It's funny whenever I see like these auctions or all this stuff, everybody's like, oh, they're trying to max extract. Like, yeah, so am I. So are you. Like, what do you think we're all here for? We're here to make as much money as possible. When you buy a shit coin and it 50x's and you dump it and then it goes to zero and you just dumped it to somebody who lost money. Like money's not created, it's exchanged. So I don't know. I understand why people are upset, but at the same time, like, dude, everybody's just here to make money, and these things are gonna happen, and you just got wrecked. Like we're in this arena, and a lot of people don't recognize that they're in this arena. Sometimes they forget, and they do think it's about like the vibes and the community. And no. First things first, it's about the money. Like people are here to make money. If there was no money in crypto, if there was no money in NFTs, nobody would be doing this stuff. Like a few people would be collecting, but that's about it. Like nobody would care. The money is what drives us. Money is what brought everybody here. Why are you here? Oh, the next bull run, right? Everybody left during the bear. Everybody's back for the bull. Why? Because you're going to make money. So I don't know. I just had a little rant there. Then there was these little Bitcoin cats. Dude, you know what happened? They gave me 5 whitelist spots for this. I raffled one on Twitter. This is when I got like violently sick. Last week. I forgot. I didn't know when their mint was, so I didn't submit any whitelist spots. I didn't even raffle the 4 that I had, and then I didn't pick a winner for the Twitter, and it ended up being good, dude, because these went down. Now they're bumping. Now they're going back up. But like these were sub 0.01, and they minted for. I have to figure out the prices here. They minted for like 0.15, I guess. They minted for 0.3 ETH. And then they were like at 0.15. They were down 50% basically. Now they're making their way back up. I see they're getting swept a little bit. They're probably almost back to mint price if I do the math. But another one, like these took like 5 days or something to start trading. So it was just funny to see people full send once again. It's a 10K collection. And then when they finally get them, like they're down bad.
Yeah. And one thing that this collection brought back was the hey, I'm doing a giveaway, tag 3 friends. Like they really went hard with the tagging 3 friends. Like they made all the influencers do like a giveaway for it, and it reminded me like back in the day. But yeah, I've had people ask me about these, and I'm just like, what is special about this? Like,
well, they're buildings. They have games and stuff. Like they're actually building.
okay.
Yeah, my Storm Warfare mint is live. I gotta mint this thing. I'm just reading through the comments here. Inc. next big PFP on Bitcoin. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see my gorilla that they're gonna drop. I haven't had the call yet. You get to have a call with the artist. I haven't done it. Also Bitcoin Booze, dude. Bitcoin Booze. Did we submit that? Yeah, I think they're minting the 21st or the 22nd. That one I'm expecting to do well as well.
So much going on.
Dude, it's so hard to keep up with. Like it's extremely overwhelming at this point.
Because this is only Bitcoin stuff. We haven't even talked about anything on ETH.
Yeah, or Solana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solana, Power. We got Power. That's my homie's project. I don't think they've started any crazy marketing. Little shout out to Keikyo, dude. Look at this trailer. You can't hear the noise because I didn't turn on the noise for the stream. But like, dude, I'm excited for his project. I can't wait to see. He's been building for a long time, dude. I'm very excited to see what he puts together. I know he's cooking up a lot of stuff in the background. This is going to be, they announced it's going to be on Solana.
What is this?
I'm excited for this one. This is Power, dude. I'll introduce you.
Yeah.
One of the homies projects. Yeah, it looks dope. So I'm excited for him to start rolling. It's going to be on Solana. Then we got, I think devs should be held more accountable and need, oh, what's up, Zoom? How you doing, buddy? Need to have at least the roadmap. They get millions out of roadmap. I don't think so, dude. I don't know. I think people should just do what they want, and we're just gonna YOLO mint it. Like it doesn't. It doesn't matter, yo. Roadmap or not. If you're building like a real game or something, then yeah, give me a roadmap. Show me that what your plans are for the game. If not, like this is art. You know, if this is art on Bitcoin, people just bought art. If this was at 1 Bitcoin, they would be heroes. Everybody would be praising them.
Oh,
it's not. So everybody's complaining. I don't know. I'm here for the vibes, not the money. Yeah, that's why you want to Pudgies to drop a token. Anyways, back on trick. Okay, yo, I'm actually gonna have to go mint. I don't know how long the guaranteed window is, so I don't want to miss it. I'm gonna have to mint this. Wait, one more ordinals before we move on to anything else. What do you think about the quantum cats, bro? They sold one. Do you think they just cooked this like internally? Like it went through Sotheby's, right? Sotheby's can't have a failed auction. That's how I look at it. Just like all these other projects, like it's by Binance, it's by Exterio, Animoca. Like, they can't have a failed project. So this went on Sotheby's. It sold. The estimation was 20,000. It sold for 120,000 for this cat. And there's actually an announcement, I think, coming today, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, tomorrow. They posted this yesterday. So today we should find out. I think this is minting the 24th. So we're going to find out what the price is and everything. What do you think about these cats?
I think they're super goofy with like the way that they look. They're going to cook. I understand Taproot Wizards. I don't understand like why it is so outrageously hyped up.
Because it's like OG, and they did that thing where they bought an entire block.
Yeah.
On the blockchain.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean, look, these are cool, and I think that these have like a very similar allure to the puppets. It kind of
like meme projects,
yeah.
But you expect them to be priced way higher when they hit the secondary.
Oh yeah, dude, these are gonna be the thing is, and it's weird how things are phrased like this. I want to keep this very brief because I know we have other stuff to talk about, but it's weird to me that they're like launching these first because technically, well, I don't know which is the first or second collection, but it's like if these launch and these are at 0.1 Bitcoin or 0.2 Bitcoin, do you think that that's going to end up holding the price back of the Taproot Wizards, or do you think that they're just completely separate?
I think it's no, I think it's pretty separate, dude.
Okay. Well, it says Quantum Cats by Taproot Wizards.
No, it is. It's their project. Yeah, it's their project. But I don't think anybody's going to be like, oh, Quantum Cats did. I still think people just expect Taproot Wizards to do really well. Obviously, it's going to hurt it. It's going to hurt their reputation. But I still think people are going to full send for Taproot Wizards.
Because like if you look at the puppets, there's already like another collection of the puppets that's like a smaller supply from the same artist, and I don't know what the name of that one is, but that floor is like a little bit higher than the puppets, and I feel like it's holding it down. So I don't know. It's just weird how like with certain collections, if someone does like a secondary, it's just like, oh, well, there's a ceiling of how high this thing can go because it's the second collection. Yet when Taproot Wizards does it with the cats, it's like, why is that different? Like, what makes that you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why is whatever? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
gonna cook. It's
No,
gonna be
I totally get what you're saying. Yeah. They're taking a risk. Like, I don't know why they're not just going forward with the Taproot Wizards and they're doing this thing on the side. But do you think they're gonna charge a high price and just max extract and do
yeah.
like make a 6 mil or whatever? I mean, they
Yes.
did take VC money. I think they took 9 mil.
Yes.
Hmm.
I sent you
Moving
a link in the private chat real quick.
here.
Yeah, on StreamYard.
I have
Somebody
no idea how to see the private chat, bro.
all right.
Oh, here, private chat. There you go.
Yeah, check that out. Sadness.
Something I show on screen or no?
I mean, you can. It's
Okay.
it's somebody that fat fingered like a really sick Azuki.
This
I
is
don't know.
elemental or Azuki?
I don't know. I think it's an elemental.
Yeah, no, it's an elemental.
Yeah. You hate to
They
see
wanted
that.
they wanted to sell it for 7.
I guess 7.9
Would
is what
this will this even sell for 7.9?
I have
Like,
no
I feel
idea.
like I've seen some dope elementals for where's elementals here? I feel like I've seen some like one of ones for cheaper than that.
God, that sucks. This guy goes, just fat fingered this for 0.79. Done with NFT. It's been fun. Bye. Jeez. I would not quit after that. So before we go and jump into like the next thing,
Yeah, like look, there's a bunch of golden weapons for like, I guess he has a sword, but there's some swords, there's some cool looking ones for like 5 ETH. I don't know what price they were trying to put it at. Maybe they just wanted to list it for 7.9 and just chill on it. But it feels weird. Maybe they just didn't see. Maybe they listed it at the floor. Yeah, it feels like they listed it slightly above floor and they didn't realize that they had a golden sword that was worth, way more than the typical floor.
yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Still, sorry to this person. Like, that sucks. But at the same time, I don't know. This does not feel like a fat finger, but maybe it is. Maybe they wanted to list it for 7.9.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, Crypto Undeads art revealed. What do you think about it?
I mean, nothing special whatsoever. I think it was super underwhelming. I think with everything, I think that people expected it to be a lot better, especially with like the whole thing of we're gonna bridge like ETH and Sol. I'm about to sneeze. So give me 1 second.
Go for it. I think Achu, God bless you, sir. I think with the
I'm back.
let me just pull it. So I just want to pull it off screen. I think with the art previews that they had on Twitter, Undeads, I feel like the pixel, I might have to scroll for a minute
I know
here.
what you're saying.
Yeah, the art style, like the number of pixels that like 32 by 32 and 64 by 64. I don't know how that works, but I feel like the pixel art they had for their previews was a lot more. I was expecting something a bit more along the lines of what's that project on ETH? It's like those skulls. It's like they're like undead as well. I forget the name now.
I don't know.
Genuine Undead.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I thought it was going to be a bit more along the lines of Genuine Undead, which I feel is more detailed. Maybe my memory is serving me wrong. Like, I like these. These I really like. I feel like the colors, the way they're done is really well. This one just feels cheap,
Yeah. I was not thrilled by this, but I had no expectations for this. I mean, obviously everybody had their opinion as to how this was going to go. I will say that I did expect them to go higher than 20 ETH. I thought that they would have been at like 30. And I thought that
Sol,
yeah, Sol. Did I say ETH? My bad. Yeah, so of course. Yeah, I thought that they would have been at like 30 Sol. I thought they were going to be higher. And then I didn't think that they would drop this hard because right now they're sitting at a 2x. And if you compare it to like other things, so for example, Tin Fun, right? Tin Fun, if you got whitelist for that, it was a 0.1 mint. And right off the bat, that went to 0.9. And that's like a 9x. And I do believe the mint price for Undeads was 3 Sol. And the highest it went was 20. So that's like
but very quick, right? Most people could only get that out of 15.
Right. So let's just call it like 15 to be safe because that is like realistically where like most people were or whatever.
So 5x.
Yeah. So it's a 5x. what was more hyped? This, like Undeads or Tin Fun? And I think anybody would have said that it would have been Undeads just from like a hype standpoint. But if you look at it from the perspective of what was a better return, Tin Fun. Tin Fun still to this moment is better from like an ROI standpoint. So I think it just let me down because when I compare it to something like this, which was much less hype in the eye of everybody, like I didn't see everybody losing their mind trying to get whitelist for Tin Fun. Yet it did so much better.
I think there was a lot of haters as well. Like this is what happens when projects make it too hard to collab with, and like a lot of the main groups don't get it. They're just out to kill the project. Like they don't want to see it succeed. They don't want to see others make money. They're just like, no, screw this project. They didn't give us whitelist. Like, why should they do well? And then they just start fighting on a timeline. They start writing these threads about the founder and how there's no roadmap and all this stuff, as if all of a sudden they start to care. But then if they get whitelist for something else, they post it like, yeah, bullish, and then they go flip it. Like I think they had a lot of haters, a lot of people who were upset with them. So that, sometimes the negativity helps you. In this case, I feel it really didn't.
Yeah.
I only got mine. I mean, you had these, right? You flipped them pretty early.
No.
Oh, you didn't have. Okay, yeah. I mean, I only got mine airdropped because I did do a pre-sale spot, or I did two pre-sale spots, but I only got them airdropped yesterday. Like yesterday, a couple hours before. They had that delay for like 600 people. I guess because I went through Magic Eden instead of going through Subber. So I only got mine yesterday. I figured I'd hold till reveal because I'm like, whatever, YOLO. They were at like 13 sold though. I ended up selling, I think, at 9 and at 8. So I lost out on, I guess, what sold is 1,000. Yeah, I guess I lost out on like $800 or something, depending where I sold and could have sold. I didn't get any rare ones, but I did see there's some rares, dude. Some people were buying some for like 80 sold.
Yeah. Well, with this, so wait, did you ask me if I got a collab with this?
No. If you minted yourself.
Oh, yeah, I got one. I flipped it. Sorry, I don't know
Okay,
why.
yeah.
I was thinking about it from like a collab standpoint.
No,
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 so
no.
like didn't collab, did get I did get the opportunity to mint and I flipped it immediately.
I feel if they would have collabed with a lot more groups and they wouldn't have been as like no alpha groups and all this stuff, I feel like a lot more people would have been supporting them. And I don't know how much. Like I think that with this art reveal, it was inevitable that the price goes down because it's just not impressive. For the hype they had, right? Which is partially our fault. Like it's partially the market's fault. We're all like, yeah, this thing's gonna
Completely
cook.
the market's fault.
Yeah, but we did have higher expectations. But I see why they didn't show a single. Like, imagine they would have showed this pre-reveal.
Oh yeah, if they would have showed, I mean, everybody was asking for like previews and stuff. If they had shown this beforehand, dude, people would have it would have taken away like everything. And I think that the people that are pumping the art and saying that it's good are like obviously people that held and didn't sell when it was pre-reveal.
Yeah, I was joking to my server. People were like, "What do you think about your art?" And I was like, "Oh, I love it." But wait, I'm like, one of mine just sold. I'm like, I like it 50% left. I have one left,
Yeah.
50% less.
Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
I think a lot of people definitely profits. The only one who actually like the art. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people who are still holding are the ones praying it goes back to 12 soul.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could say about this, but ultimately, it's like now the founder has a couple million. What is he going to do? And where do you see this in a month from now?
Doesn't have to do anything.
Doesn't have to do anything. Didn't promise anything. But
Yeah.
people can't really get too mad. And actually,
No, yeah.
Giancarlo had a pretty interesting take about this. Is that he said that Undeads actually provided like a service to the community by doing this, which is just a casino. Like what they did is like they gave us something to speculate on and they gave us something to do essentially, and that the market needs that. And
Yeah, no, definitely. That we are always there's been these periods, especially in the bear, where it was just like, dude, literally nothing's happened. And we would always say, like, we need another Goblin Town. If a Goblin, we just need some random meme project to show up and like get people to spend money and get the market going again.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like in a way, this did provide a service because obviously it gave everyone a casino, an exciting casino to sit down at. But But yeah, I mean, I don't find this to be anything special or really anything. I thought it was just honestly, it was solid marketing. You know,
Yeah.
that's the best way to
Somebody
put it.
honest here saying, "What's up, Alfredo? I recognize you from the streams." Pluto, big dump. I don't think they dumped too bad, dude. They're still 8x from mint price. The floor's pretty thin. I'm just waiting for them to start marketing for their token. Um, yeah, this is a project on Polygon, backed by Polygon. So I haven't sold a single one. I'm still holding above 50. Like I'm just sitting on
That's
these. I
crazy.
feel when they start pumping their token, I feel they could do even better.
Yeah, that's so wild that you have so many of those still. Because people don't really talk about it too much.
Yeah, they need to make noise. They need to do a lot more marketing. But I think now that we're in the new year, I think they're going to start to do a lot more. There's a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. I have a call in 50. I got to put a block so I can't take calls right after the show. That way we could
Yeah.
go over if it happens. Side note from NFTs, the Manta, dude, I saw a lot of people flooding this. Like I get a lot of people were expecting way more, especially if you staked pretty late and you didn't get an airdrop for staking, you got an airdrop for what NFTs you were able to collect. And I think the rewards were a lot smaller than what people expected. Like, dude, I was airdropped depending on what the price is. Manta price. Depending on what the price is right now. Yeah, 2.25. Like, dude, I was airdropped like $8,000 at these prices. Like, I'm not going to complain. I get it. Now I have 20 ETH that's locked for the next 2 months, unless I want to go take a slight loss and swap out my stone. I might even stake my Manta because now I'm saying like there's a bunch of airdrops that you're going to be able to get by staking Manta. But I don't know, dude. I saw people complaining. I understand the ones like one of my friends, dude. He put in like 10 grand and he only made like $80. That I understand. You're being upset.
Yeah.
But the people who made thousands who are complaining, it's like I don't know. Unless you really like, you shouldn't have locked that ETH if you knew you were going to not be able to move that ETH for 3 months. Like if you needed it and it was all your liquid, like yeah, you should not have been doing this. But free money, dude. I don't know. For me, I'm happy. I made 8 grand so far and I'm holding it. I think it's going to have a relatively stable floor about at $2. So I think it's just up from here.
Yeah, I didn't do this. And I guess my thing is that I understood Manta and I had a lot of people that were telling me about it. Obviously, there were a lot of people that were talking about it. And I just don't like having to lock up liquid in something else because you just never know. Like you don't know if something's gonna get exploited. You don't know if something's gonna get hacked or what the case may be, or like if something crazy happens in the market and everything gets nuked. Like what if there's a situation like Luna that happens again? And it's just I don't love that. And I realize that it's part of crypto. Like you like will deposit into these DeFi type things, and that's like how you can earn yield. But I guess I just don't love that concept.
Did you do blast?
No,
Okay.
I
I only
didn't.
put in like 3 to blast. Nothing
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I didn't do either. My thing is that like, and this kind of goes also for like angel rounds and stuff like that. I don't love the idea of investing money into something and then having it be tied up for like a very, very long period of time because it's just like something else to keep up with. Like I already have a big enough portfolio and it's just like at a certain point, if you do 50 to 100 things, that's when you get into the territory of like eventually saying, "Oh, dude, I forgot I had this," you know? And it's like, yeah, you have to be organized, but it's just a lot, you know, that's all. And there's just a lot of decisions that need to be made there when you get to that point.
Yeah, agreed. Somebody in the audience asking here, what do you feel about the Mochaverse token? I hadn't even noticed they tweeted 2 days ago.
Oh
I
yeah, we haven't talked about that.
I think bullish, dude. People are bullish just on Animoca in general. I mean, the Mochaverse is sitting at above 4 ETH. I checked last night. Yeah, they're above 4 ETH. Yeah, I think people are hyped about this one. I was trying to get it for my investment syndicate, but I think it's closed. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it.
Yeah, I mean that should cook, right? Like backed by Animoca is like a stamp of approval in this space. So why
They've
would that?
invested in like 500 projects. Like they have so many syncs that they can do. They can do so many partnerships. Like there's a lot that they can do.
Yeah, this is something that I'd be bullish on. And plus, the Mochaverse NFTs are over 4 ETH now.
Yeah. from like what 0.6 or no, they were always above 1 ETH, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But this is kind of
4.2.
a no,
God,
like I hate how they look. It's they don't look good in my
super
opinion.
goofy.
Yeah, it's like a corporate thing. It feels very corporate, but at the same time, that's what does well, right? All this VC stuff typically does well. So it was kind of a no-brainer when you think back to it. Somebody asking, what do I think of Tin Fund? Which is a good question. What do you think of the ETH market overall? Like, are you buying NFTs here? Do you feel the meta is just like mint, flip, get out, don't hold anything?
Yeah, I do. That is actually what I think the meta is like. I feel like we're like 3 months ago we were in that stage where you could hold NFTs and they'd go up like crazy because we saw it with Metaria and Block Games and Grapes and Creeps and a lot of these other ones. Like it was just like, okay, you identified the meta, you just kind of take a dart and you throw it at a project and it would go up 2 to 3x just by holding it for a week.
Yeah.
Now I feel like we're starting to get back into the mint and flip meta, which I don't love because obviously it's it's very grindy and it puts like a lot of power in, like just the whole collab system, which I just wish that it didn't happen like that. But yeah, unfortunately, I do think that we're starting to get back into that whole thing. And I mean, we do have Play Ember. They said that their project launches in 6 days. So we have that, and then Storm Warfare today, and then Bloodloop is soon. And there's a lot. I mean, what else on the list? I mean, there's Overtrip, right? There's Dark Frontiers, Skyark. I mean, there's a lot of these that are coming up.
Yeah, obviously the free mint ones are good. I feel like there's a lot of projects that are still doing all this pre-sale stuff, and I'm seeing some more come out with these auction. I mean, didn't Skyark just announce?
They're doing like an Age of Dino style thing.
Yeah, which I'm not the biggest fan of.
Not huge
It
fan.
forces you the feedback. Everybody, W, can't wait, looking forward to it. We're all bots, right? Just
I
give
still
me
think it
whitelist.
cooks. I still
Hey,
think
no,
it
no,
cooks.
yeah, but the way it's set up, it just forces you to bid at the top, right? And
Yeah,
then they make 10 mil or whatever, they make 9 mil or high seven figures out of this. But yeah, it's just it's set up for you to have to mint at the top, or have to bid at the top.
yeah.
But I
I
feel we're
still
gonna see more of these, more auctions, more pre-sales. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it cooks. I think Skyark specifically is gonna do well.
Yeah,
But
backed
I
by
also
Binance. They have 3 games. The games actually look good.
yeah. So I don't know. I like when there's an opportunity for projects to leave like a little bit less risk on the side of the minter,
Yeah.
but
We need that
um,
upside.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Let's
I don't. Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say I
no,
don't
please.
care if a project makes money as long as there's an opportunity for flippers that also want to be able to get out if they want.
Yeah. We don't want flippers. The classic. Meanwhile,
So
we're trying to
weird.
make $50 million, but you can't make $500.
Right.
I just want to pump through these quickly. Somebody says, what happened to grapes? I mean, dude, they had their token. That was the event, right? What's the point of buying them now when they had their token? And the token went down. I haven't gone back to check the price of the token. Somebody asking, what do I think of Tin Fund? Dude, I'm still holding. Ash, you give me shit for holding this one. But yeah, dude, I don't know why. Like, part of me wants to. I need to feel something, dude. I just want to hold stuff to reveal for some reason now. I just want to gamble, and I know when they reveal, they're going to go down, right? I could have sold at like 0.8 or 0.9. I didn't, and now I'm at 0.6. And when they reveal, they're probably going to go down to 0.4 or less. But I don't know why. Something about me just wants to gamble on something. Asking here, what do you think about Zaptio's tweet? That was actually one of the things I wanted to talk about. So there's a few tweets. There was this one. Let me pull up this one. So he tweeted, listing and evolving. We're working on improving our communication, which is literally something. I actually filmed a video, like a rant about my whole opinion on Artifact, which wasn't all negative. It had positives, but I'd never posted it. after I saw this, because I was just like, whatever. Maybe I want to do an interview with them. That's more interesting to me. But yeah, he posts, hey, we're working on our communication. Literally 1 year ago, when I lost $8,000 on those shoelace things, and I even more, I lost like 10 grand because I bought 2 pairs of shoes, which are like plastic on your feet. They said they were going to improve their communication, and they delayed Animus at the same time. 1 year later, we have no idea what Animus is, and they have not communicated anything. And then this guy's complaining, like, isn't this what you said about, the monolith debacle, and the clones are supposed to be like the god tier and all this stuff? And then Zaptio comes in and says, respectfully, we've delivered more than any project out there. Clones are the key pillar to the brand, and we have a lot coming for the ecosystem. And the feedback on this tweet is extremely negative, which is to be expected, right? Who's going to express their opinion? It's going to be high emotion. So either super positive or super negative. That's bound to happen. He also shared this video showing what they did, the recap of last year, which, watching this, they did do a lot, not for clones. I don't think for clones, but I understand him saying, like, this is what I said in my video, basically, like, who's right? The dude who's saying, yo, you guys didn't do anything, or Zaptio saying, yo, we've done more than any project? They're both right. And it just depends which lens you're wearing. Are you looking at it from the community point of view of like, I want the price to go up and give me money? Then yeah, they're all they've done is sell you more stuff. But if you're looking at it from the point of view of a founder of Zaptio, like, dude, they've done a ton. They released, shout out, I'm wearing the merch. They released a bunch of like this billboard. What does the billboard do for a holder? Like, it's cool for a second, but then it does nothing. But for the team, like, dude, your 3D billboard that everybody's seeing in Japan, like, that's huge for them. These events, what do events do for the community? Unless you're able to go, which most people can't go. For the team, like, yo, we threw this major event. We had celebrities coming and trying on our shoes and like buying our products. Like, this is massive for in the team's point of view. But from the holder's point of view, it does nothing. It's like a 3-second event that does nothing. So I think I accepted a long time ago that CloneX or Artifact in general, they're owned by Nike. What does Nike do? They move products. They have a stock price. They have a fiduciary duty to their stockholder. Their goal is to make money and move products. So are the Artifact team delivering on the deliverables? Yes. The deliverables to Nike, to the people who bought them, they are delivering, and they're crushing it in their eyes. To the community's eyes, the floor is down bad. Literally everybody who's ever bought is down bad. Like, if you either bought the top, you bought somewhere in the middle and it went down. Even if you minted, you are they're under mint price in both ETH and USD. So you're just down bad. So I understand the community's point of view. Dude, I've lost like 30 grand on this project. I still buy their products. I ordered the dunks. Like, I love the brand. So now, so I just ranted, bro. I'll let you cut in here. Now Zaptio says, and he says respectful. This is like a little stab here. Respectfully, we've delivered more. He's like, respectful Animus update tomorrow. So today, we're supposed to get an Animus update. There was a slight pump, really nothing major, like a little slight. They went from like 0.35 to, okay, they're going even more now. 0.35, so they're up 0.1. But there's been these swings, right? When like Jeffrey swept and then and up and down. Like, dude, the Animus project looks dope. Maybe he tweeted. Are people yelling at me that he tweeted? No. So like, dude, the project looks dope, right? These look dope, but nobody knows what they're going to be doing, right? They're going to have this test. I reached out to try to get access to the test. Hopefully I get it. The project looks dope, but it's the communicate. I feel like it's been 1 year of them just selling us products, which that's what they're going to do. And that's bad for the community because you're not giving us money. Mocha, Azuki, potentially Pudgy, and Bored Apes did this. They gave money to their people. Whereas here it's like, hey, give us money. Like, what is their community? It's a community of clients. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. We only have like a minute left. I think that was a good rant.
I'll DM I could DM the team saying like, yeah, I'll be 5-10 minutes late. I don't know. Do you like, what do you think of Animus? Is it ever something you would touch? Like, if they had like a dope, what if today they tweet a dope game?
I'm going to be real. I've never owned a clone. I've never been in the CloneX community at all. And I've always found it to be too confusing. I think a big thing is that like you even mentioned, like you bought the Dunks. I don't really give a shit about shoes, right? Like that's just like something about me personally. Like I don't collect shoes. I don't buy shoes. It's just not really my thing. So the project never really hit me like that. So I have no personal like interest in it whatsoever. That's like the best way that I'd put it. And watching clones go from like 28th to 1, it's just not very appealing to me. And the other thing is that I don't feel like there's any Clone X holders that I look at and I say, I'm like, there's no, I feel like there's not very good like community. There's not like a good community leader there. So it's not like there's anybody that's like telling the tale of Clone X and makes me want to be a part of it.
Yeah, I could understand that. Yeah, I mean they do have these leaders, right? Everybody knows Zapdos. They have Murakami, even though he does the art stuff, he's not like a leader, but he's part of it. I don't know, dude. I think they could have such a strong brand in the future, especially with AR, VR, all this stuff as a society, as we move more into that and people start wearing like these glasses and stuff. I don't know. I feel it could do extremely well in the future. They just gotta, and they're owned by Nike. Nike has the watch partnership with Apple. Like, they have those relationships where they can have something in maybe the Apple VR glasses that are finally going on sale now. Maybe they can have some sort of relationship there and have artifact stuff in it. My hoodie, if I take out my Snapchat camera and I film my hoodie, like I get wings. Imagine in 10 years when we all wear Google glasses or you have a chip in your head, you're able to just see me walking down the street with wings and like my hair, or I was gonna say my hair is on fire. My head
Your
is on
hair?
fire. Yeah, I could have hair, dude. Imagine you see me with hair in AR.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I feel like their future could be really good. They just need to like recapture Web3, and they have. I don't know. I feel like they have a lot of hate, and they need to turn things around. They do need to hire a good communication team. That's what I don't get. Like, dude, why did um why did when Bored Apes released the Made by Apes, it was like this, like they hyped it up, and then when they actually released it, it was like this, like one little article on that, hey, this is released, and it's like, dude, don't you guys have like billions of dollars? Can't you hire like a team to just handle this and not just a team to focus on other worlds? Like, why don't you have multiple teams focusing on multiple stuff? Like, I feel like isn't that like a no brainer? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. One thing that I will say that a lot of NFT projects don't do well, and this is just like across the board, is so many of them just fail to identify a leader within their own community and then to have them disseminate all of the it's like a community manager but not. It's like just find whoever it is within your community is like the loudest or is the most respected, and get them to like be your vocal person. Like you're just do that, dude. I don't get why it doesn't happen.
And they have a ton of creators, man. Their creator program is great. Like, people create dope stuff. One last thing, somebody at Kawu in the audience, I saw, he asked when G tags, dude. I don't know. I gave up on these. I bought these at like 0.75, and then they went all the way to 1.5 ETH. I didn't flip, and then I ended up selling at like a major loss at like 0.3 or 0.4 or something. This is another thing that Yuga took over, and they just, I don't know.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm never touching these again. Like, there's certain projects where you just get burnt on it, and you're like, I don't care what they can do. And I'm sure there's a lot of people who feel about that way about Animus and about CloneX, where you're kind of like, I don't care what they do. Like, the odds that I touch this thing are near zero.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, there are certain collections like that exist, and that is where I'm at with a lot of them. Is I'm just like, I don't really care what it is that you do. I just won't touch them, and that's honestly most projects, which sucks.
Laka here says, I think many Web2 companies are just testing the waters in Web3. They still don't take it seriously. Yeah, or they're scared. I think the better way is to either partner with somebody or to just like don't drop a collection. Like, just start using the tech, do like some loyalty program. You don't need to do a 10K drop. But in terms of CloneX, like, no, Nike, I think Nike, it wasn't a bad move buying it. Nike also has Swoosh that they're focused on, which I haven't checked what they've done. I haven't heard from Swoosh in a while. I wonder what they're up to. It's going to be something I'm going to have to look into. But yeah, I got to wrap it up. I have this call I got to go to. Appreciate everybody who listened. We're going to do this every single Friday. We'll try to expand the show, but I think Fridays right now, like we have a ton to talk about. So I think Fridays are good. Maybe we'll expand it to Mondays. But other than that, thank you everybody for listening. Ash, always a pleasure. I will see you in a couple hours. We got that Blood Loop play test before we 1v1 tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, if you want to watch us, I think we're going to 1v1 or not, or like
we're going to play against each other.
Yeah, play against each other. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern in the Seed Hub Discord. I got that correct?
Yep. Yeah, Seed Hub Discord.
Yeah. So, thank you everybody for joining. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Peace.